So we saw that you can inject input in World of Warcraft using Python and a bit of native code of Windows. Wonderful, but can we play on other game? In the last video we saw that we can play on Firefox with the Ode, but what kind of other game can we play? So the idea is that if you take the code that we did just earlier, we had the left, right, up, down, but in some game you don't have it. So I put the 0, 1, 2, 3 and I add it to the code we did in the previous video. Just here, the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So what kind of other game can we play? The first game you can play is 10 Second Ninja. This game is a gem. It's super cool. You have to finish the game in less than 10 seconds, and it's just moving up, left, right, up. You can fire a shuriken and fight with the sword, and that's all. So you have like 6 or 7 key, and you can play all the game, and it's really, really a good place to train yourself. So that's work with Scratch to WoW. Another game you can play, it's Ori, but you cannot play it with Scratch to WoW. So the problem is that with Ori is that it listens to the key pressing, but not the key releasing. So I tried to play the game, but no, you cannot with Scratch to WoW. So if you want to play Ori, you need to have a second PC and start the game and control it with a code that is called integer to Windows keyboard. So you can see that when you go in my toolbox over there in Scratch to WoW, there is another one that's called integer to Windows keyboard. And this one will simulate the keyboard. So it means that it can hack your PC. So be careful to not let people use it. But you can see that now that I'm using a real keyboard that I'm simulating, I can move Ori in the game like this, left, right. Ta-da! So the stuff is that there is another game that I really love that is called Mordhau, and you can be bard and flute. So with that, you can play music by entering some text in the command line. So you can here say, hey, I want to use the show console, and then you can display the console here and type some text. And when you type, you will make a note over there, and you can play the flute and the lute. Super fun to do. There is also the fact that there is a menu in Mordhau over there that you can press C and say, hey, I'm sorry, and it says I'm sorry in the multiplayer game. So you can easily make some macro to be able to say some stuff, play some random shit, and have fun with the community. And especially if you want a big red button or foot button to be able to do more than just play Mordhau. So yeah, favorite game to play music with. Another game that you can play is Doom. Doom, guy! So here you can see that if you launch Doom and Scratch to WoW, the old version of Doom, you can play with Scratch to WoW. So if you want to train yourself to learn how to code by moving a character in a game and not in World of Warcraft, then I tip you to go on 10 Second Ninja and Doom, because Doom is like kind of very linear, and so you can easily kind of finish a level, and there is some tip and tricks to do to be able to find a way to make it in the less code possible, because you still don't have position of your player in Doom, so you need to find a way on that. But it's a really fun game to play, and it's playable with code. The old version of Doom, because here if you launch Steam, you have the new and the old, and the new one don't accept the native injection of input, so you need to launch the DOS version if you want to play Doom from Steam. So Doom guy. I tried in the previous video that I'm not publishing because it was too long. I tried to play RuneScape. Unfortunately, RuneScape don't take fake input. You can still play with input classic, but it brings another problem, is that RuneScape is mainly playable with mouse. So if you want to play with mouse, I have some code that you can use as you can see here. In my code that is called integer Windows keyboard, I have a tag, And when you give the number correctly, you can simulate a mouse. See here, if you say 15 and then X and then Y in terms of pixel, you can, in terms percent of the screen, sorry, you can move the mouse like and you can click on the middle, the right, and stuff like that. So if you want to play RuneScape, you will have to have a mini PC, and on the mini PC you will be able to simulate the mouse and the keyboard. So there is plenty of games that you won't be able to play with fake input like I teach you in World of Warcraft, but that you can play on other computer, not changing a thing in your code, just the IP of the PC. And so yeah, and I think there is something else. Yeah, the stuff is that, okay, you can simulate fake inputs, wonderful. You can simulate keyboard and mouse with the second script, beautiful. But what if you want to simulate a joystick? And there is a project that is called Xomi in my toolbox, and Xomi, it allows you to simulate the Xbox. So as you can see here, I have a way of writing here. For example, press A, it's 1030, and release 2300, sorry. And so those numbers will press the button, those will release the button, and you have the same for the joystick. And you can move the joystick by just saying those, and it will move the joystick, or those if you want to be precise in the joystick value. So yeah, what's my purpose by telling you all that? And yeah, in World of Warcraft you have an add-on that is called Console Port that allow you to play with the Xbox controller in World of Warcraft, and that's amazing. So yeah, the purpose of this short video was to say, hey, I'm teaching you to hack WoW because it's my favorite game to play around with macro, with code, with bot and stuff like that. And fight the bot now. But there is plenty of the game, plenty of other multiplayer or solo game where you can train on. 10 Second Ninja, Doom. You can play Doom Eternal with the input injection because I play. That's what I was trying to create my toolbox. You can play the old Warcraft 1, 2, 3, 4. Maybe I have to check that. But basically, yeah, you can inject key in other application or use a mini PC to play any game. That's the point of this channel, is that I want to teach you how to be a QA tester, and so you need to be able to simulate mouse, keyboard, and Xbox controller. So yeah, I will continue on the hacking WoW instead of all those games. I just wanted to make this point of, hey, there is also game you can hack and also game you can play on that WoW. On that, may the code be with you. I see you in the next video. Bye!